See, I'm finna go beast mode, and the rest of them know how I'm rocking, they know how I pop it, they say I'm a cheat code. The king of the monsters, the biggest, they know they in trouble when I get in feast mode. Really been on this world for some years, everybody want war, but can't take what I give. Better watch you safe, or you get what you fear. I'm the biggest, wherever it's up, cause I'm him. On the island, I'm wild enough, think that I'm hiding every time I come out and get hit. I'm the king of the jungle, the island, everywhere that I step, you know I get respect. Think you better than me, then let's check it out. You ain't built for the fight, better exit now. Got that fossil, come on with the beef, only us at the table, can't eat what we eat.
Hello, and welcome back to Taylor Talks with Amber V. And we are here with Jasmine. Now, it's so funny because she says she know my face, but I know exactly who she is, y'all. Her daughter plays basketball, and my wife coaches her daughter.
Oh!
And she...
I don't know why every time you change your hair, I just think you're somebody else. And I'm like, I know you. Oh, I'm horrible. Please forgive me. Charge it to my head and not my heart. It is not my heart.
It's okay. Here's the funniest part, though. The last time we came to see her play at her high school game, I told you I was going to interview you.
You did.
And what better way to interview her than at Haus of Brown, Resilience in Bloom, Women in Suits, and she is actually one of the honorees.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be honored? She's still laughing, y'all.
I'm so embarrassed because I'm like, why are you not captured in my brain? Oh my God.
No big deal.
You know it's not my heart. My heart is not
I change my hair every other week, so it's really not your fault. It's mine.
But I should know.
Ugh. I change my hair every other week, so if he's doing this on thing.
I apologize. I feel horrible.
Don't feel bad. Don't. You still so cute. When I saw you on the block, when I was doing this, and I was like, I know her.
Yeah. And I'm over here like, hello, my name is Jasmine for the 50th time. Oh, I feel horrible. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So how does it feel to be honored, though?
I feel extremely excited. I think my excitement really just comes from this is more visibility for the cause, right, to raise more scholarship funds for moms and attending universities everywhere. And so I'm just excited. I feel blessed, honestly, because I've been doing this work since 2010.
Yeah.
And I didn't receive my first award for this work specifically until 2021.
Wow.
And so this is like full circle because last year I received a couple awards. And then to start off 2025, kind of in that same vein of just people thinking that I'm worthwhile and me believing in myself as well and kind of just applying pressure and really getting out there and feeling like I'm adequate enough. It's just been wonderful because I know what God is doing.
So you said it was 11 years before you got your first recognition, right? So that in itself is a woman being resilient, right? Yeah. So what did you used to tell yourself to keep going in those moments where you started to doubt?
Yeah, I'll say that when it's your passion, I don't even want to say passion. When it's your gift, it keeps calling.
Oh my God.
It does not stop nagging at you.
Yeah.
Even when I took a step back. So I started this work in 2010 at Prairie View A&M. It started off as a university pageant,
Okay. I had to make sure.
Yeah. That's how you know. That's how you know. When people don't call it back, you're like, oh no.
And you like,
no, were you an online student? You couldn't have been in the mix. But yeah, I love my school to death. And it's the reason that Collegiate Moms was birthed. Mm-hmm. It started off as a scholarship pageant because I could not participate in the university's pageant.
Wow.
So they said you can't participate in Miss Prairie View because you have children. Wow. And then I said, well, where are the rest of the rules? And this was right after they had a that initial interest meeting. They were like, oh yeah, we need to they put me to the side and were like, you can't participate because they had seen my kids on campus. And so they were like, also, along with not having children, you can't have had an abortion, you can't have lived with someone, you can't be married, you can't be divorced.
Oh my God.
And so I was like, oh my God, same thing.
Many rules.
So many rules. And what I was told is that their idea of Miss Prairie View is someone who's pure. And I was like, that is actually wild. I don't know.
How are they going to tell a woman how to be a woman?
I mean, those were just the rules.
All of those things are what makes women women.
I know.
What makes us women is that we can create life. What makes us women is that we can create homes. Yeah. What makes us women is that we can make a house a home in that marriage. So you're telling me because I'm married, because I have kids, because if that didn't work out now because I put myself versus the brush, I can't be a woman. I'm not worthy or pure enough to be
to represent the university. Wow. And so for me, I said, we are a part of this demographic. We are students here, and we have it harder. And it's not blaming it on anyone else that we have it harder. But if I have a 3.6 GPA and I have 2 kids and I'm working 4 or 5 jobs, and I'm talking about myself. Right. If I'm doing all of that and I'm still being a part of student leadership. I was the vice president of Students in Free Enterprise, and I was pregnant, going to debate class, doing everything. And so it never stopped me. It actually fueled me. Exactly. So for me, I'm like, my children are why I do everything. Right. And I knew that I would be blessed when I gave life to them. I just didn't know how and in what way. And my life has elevated so much. And even through my tenure at Prairie View, I was able to get my bachelor's in architecture, my master's in community development a semester early. Okay, with a 3.6. So no one can tell me, no one can tell me what you can't do and run a successful organization.
It's the accolades for me.
It is, I mean, really and truly. But for me, I realized like I had to be the example because less than 2% of teen moms graduate college before the age of 30. I had 2 degrees by the time I was 23. Wow. So to me, that signified I'm someone who can speak to it because I've been through it, and I had to figure out where the resources were because they were not at my fingertips. Right. So and I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have someone to tell me this is what you need to do. I just figured it out. So for me, I knew the only way that I could really be successful was not about the accolades. It was about how do I give back? How do I look back at that other young woman who's going to get pregnant? Because it's going to happen. It's gonna happen. Yeah, and how do I help them? And how do I kind of each one teach one? So that was really my angle. So I took time off to like focus on myself, my life. I got a really good job straight out of school. I've been able to work from home, fortunate enough to do that for almost 12 years. I worked for a wonderful company who actually gave me a grant for Collegiate Mom before I even came over to work there. I was working elsewhere.
So where do you work?
I work at a place called Business Solver. Okay. They are very family forward. I work in tech, health tech. I'm a client services lead. And, I was able to advocate for myself and stay true to myself in every job I've ever been in. I've been very honest about what do I care about, what do I love, and it's always been supporting and helping women with families.
So, have you since then spoken with anyone at PV about changing those rules?
I wanted to do that, but when I first initially created this nonprofit, it wasn't a nonprofit again, it was a scholarship pageant. When I found that every woman who participated in that pageant graduated, we had a 100% success rate, it helped me know that it wasn't about me joining them. It was about me creating something specifically to uplift women in that space. Right. So to me, have your pageant. It's okay. They don't have to represent Prairie View. They can represent Collegiate Moms. Right. And so what I wanted that to look like is now you see that there should be no obstacle in your way. There are people who are going through it, who got through it and got to the other side. Yeah. And to see the support that I continue to get from those women outside of the pageant, I'm still in contact with most of them. Yeah. I just threw an event last year in June, a celebration of womanhood from hurt to healed. And there were women who were participated in my pageant back in 2010 who were on the panel. Right. I wrote a book. That book was produced by someone who helped me with my pageant.
So what's the name of your book?
So it's called From a Small Seed, Big Dreams Bloom. Oh my God. And it's a 40-day journal and affirmation guidebook. And it teaches you how to unlock your better self, talk positively to yourself, because oftentimes we are our own worst critic.
We are.
We are.
We beat ourselves up to a higher standard, I think. I think it's because we know what we're capable of producing. We do. And so when we're not doing that or not, living up to our own big expectations, we kind of get down on ourselves, and just really we need to have just as much grace for ourselves that we have for everyone else. And I think it's a big deal because a lot of the times we don't find that grace for ourselves. It's like, you know better. Yeah. You should have done better. You could have been better. Yeah. You could have done more, right? Yeah. So how do you find the grace for yourself when you don't really meet the expectation the high expectation that you set for yourself?
I'll say that has been probably the number one thing I deal with in therapy. I've been in therapy for a year and consistently every 2 weeks I'm in therapy. And, you don't always have to go because something is wrong. But when I went, I really was in a low space, not from really anything that was going on in my life currently, but just dealing with, being down on myself, like I know I could be doing more. That same thing that you're saying, that was just ruminating in my mind.
Oh my goodness.
And I definitely suffered from the superwoman syndrome, just feeling like I need to be everything to everyone.
Yeah.
I don't need to take a break, just those types of things. And so what I've learned in therapy is that I'm enough.
Mm-hmm.
What I've learned in therapy is that I am not in charge of anybody else's opinion of me.
You're not.
And even if someone thinks that, oh, you're not achieving, like that's not true.
Yes.
And I started to stop comparing myself to not other people, but to my, I guess, to my idealistic version of who I should be.
Yeah.
And when I let that go and just let God do his thing, when I realized like, hey, in order for your children to really, I guess, grasp an understanding of life. Life has ebbs and flows. You're going to be up sometimes, you're going to be down sometimes. But at the end of the day, the only thing that I can control is how I feel about me.
Yes.
I can't control how other people think that I am.
Absolutely.
And I think there's a lot of pressure that comes from when people look at you a certain way and think that, oh, they put you on this pedestal.
Yeah.
You feel like you need to perform, like it's a performative act.
Yes.
And so one of the things my
goodness.
therapist told me is you got to take off the mask.
Yeah.
Like you got to take that off. And I was like, well, what do you mean? What mask? Like, whatever. She's like, you don't have to prove anything to me. Like, I'm here to know who you really are. And when I realized that, it was like the chains had been released. I mean,
it's like almost like you can't be embarrassed with me because I'm here to help you. Like, and we try so hard to save face. We try so hard to be this perfect person or this perfect version that we feel is acceptable to everyone else, right? And it's so important for us to find that place in us that says, I am enough how I am. I am still evolving, but who I am and how I am is just fine.
It is. Yeah.
It's better than fine. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfectly imperfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's what we have to find that moment. So if you could say something to your 7-year-old self, what would it be?
My 7-year-old self, I would just say, you're going to make it. Everything happens for a reason. Everything that you face is meant to make you, not to break you. And at the moments that you think that you're buried, you're really planted. So when it feels like it's dark, when it feels like it's raining, that's the perfect weather for a flower to bloom.
Yeah.
And it may take longer than you expect, but at the end of the day, when God says so, that's when I want it. I don't ever want to uproot something that I planted before it's time. So I would just encourage myself to wait for the harvest and dance in the rain. Yeah. Because it can't rain forever. Seasons change.
Yeah. So if you could say something to your 70-year-old self, what would you tell her?
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You lived your life. Oh, why is that making me emotional?
It's so important. It's so we go through so much in that we don't realize that someday we're gonna be 70. Someday we're gonna look back
God
and say,
willing.
I did that.
It's a blessing. Yeah. I want to just say that I'm proud that I didn't just think about myself, that in everything that I did, I thought about other people. And it's okay to have gone through what I went through. And I hope that somebody learns something from me, even if it's just one person, that I was able to pass on some knowledge that helped someone. Yeah. So, yeah.
I'm so excited for you and everything that you're doing. I really am. And just kudos. Thank you for existing.
And like, don't think that I'm not like enamored with you as well.
Thank you for existing in this space. Thank you for giving to the people that don't have a voice. I was a young mom, so it was a lot of place. Oh my God, I had 3 boys.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know.
I had 3 boys, and it was so hard. Yeah. It was so hard. Everybody kept telling me, oh, just the boys today. Yeah. Oh, you need to go to school and do this. You need to make this and you need to be this. They were all telling me who I needed to be and what I needed to do every time. But it's women like you that I looked up to and was like, I can do this. Like, I can have my baby and I can still be successful. I can have my baby and I can still not be a statistic. I can have my baby and I can still be good enough for God. Yes. Because they try so hard to tell you, oh no, God wants you to be this way. Yeah. God wants me to be exactly who He created me to be. Yeah. And He knows it already. Yeah. And the one thing that people forget to give is grace. Yeah. So I thank you for giving grace to all the women that you helped, to all the women who they said it was a mistake, but it was not. It was not. It was in God's perfect planning.
Yeah. Perfect timing.
It was.
Yeah.
So for you, all the flowers, all the things that I want to give you yours now.
Oh, thanks.
I
received that.
Even though you are not having any more physical babies, you are still birthing things to this day.
Oh.
And God is going to give you something to birth that is going to, oh my God.
Blow my mind, I know.
It's going to blow your mind.
I know,
Oh
I received that. I received that. It's funny that you said that because last year I stopped drinking but then I failed. I went back to drinking. And so since December of last year, I've successfully stopped drinking. And it has been one of the biggest blessings because I knew it was me sacrificing something that I enjoyed to have a glass of wine or have a mimosa. But I realized I just wanted to be clear-minded. I just wanted to not lean on something else to be my fix or the things to bring me comfort. And this society and the way that it is, when we talk about drinking, it's in everything. Every time you go, have a work happy hour or just everything involves drinking.
Right.
You go out, let's meet at a bar.
Like they try to numb you from reality.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people who are my age, I'm 36, who are really like drunks because they drink a lot.
Yeah.
But even if you have a bad day, it's like, oh, drink a glass of wine, drink a bottle of wine. It's fine. And I don't judge anyone who drinks, and I'll never sit here and say I will never, ever drink again. But I knew when I made that sacrifice that God was ready to elevate me. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I found is when I would tell people that I wasn't drinking, they would ask me, are you pregnant? Like, is something wrong? They thought something was wrong, really. And I kid you not, I was headed home one time last year, and I called a friend of mine, and I said, you know what? People keep asking me if I'm pregnant, and the first thing that I thought to myself is, maybe I am. I'm trying to birth something out of me. I'm trying to elevate myself. And sometimes that means you have to block off certain things. Yeah. And what do you do when you're pregnant? You protect that baby. You don't drink. You don't get into dangerous situations. Yeah. You protect yourself. So maybe I am birthing something out of me. So it's strange that you said that because it was confirming and affirming to hear you say that, because that was 100% where my mind was. And when I kind of let go and let God, it was like everything clicked. Yeah. And he was like, you're doing right. I'm going to bless you for making that sacrifice. So super happy that you even said that.
Oh my God, thank you so much for that.
Yeah, of course.
I'm excited for you, girl.
Thank you. I'm excited too.
Invite me to some of the things.
Oh, I got you.
Send me the links to some of the things. Show me how I can support. What is it that we can do, me and the viewers? What can we do to support you?
Yeah, so number one, you can follow me on @CollegiateMoms on Instagram. You can also follow my Facebook page, Collegiate Moms Coalition. You can email collegiatemoms@gmail.com. Just reach out. I mean, whatever, however you want to support. If you like to donate, if you like to be a part of an event, we work with salon owners. They give away different services. We work with food vendors. We work with any business really. And we are women forward, so we try to support them first. But we are open. So, that's many ways that they can support. So if you
ever need, or you have moms that need a makeover, or that need to feel themselves again, that's what Creatively Tailored does. We always do wardrobe makeover. We do fashion for a living. So this is literally, but if you ever need just something to feel like themselves again, like they're worthy, or any of those things that we can help from an image perspective, you reach out and let me know.
I will.
You got one on the house.
I appreciate you.
You got one on the house.
And I do have to tell you here, exclusively, something that I'm working on at Prairie View. I'm actually working with the School of Business right now. Okay. They're going to help me to scale the Miss Collegiate Mom Scholarship Pageant. We're bringing it back. We haven't done it since 2011-12. And so it's going to be the Miss Collegiate Mom Texas Pageant. So it's going to be open to anyone in the state of Texas. And then the plan is to move to Atlanta, but to have Collegiate Moms Coalition pageant in every single state in the U.S. So like a Miss America pageant, but a Miss Collegiate Mom America
all
pageant.
About image, and I'm your girl. So if you ever need some help planning that or producing that, we have a production company.
I do.
Hit us up, because I would love to be a part of that, for real. I really
love that.
would.
I love
that. Oh my God, I'm gonna shed some tears.
I love that.
So much. Okay, last question, and we're gonna call it up.
Okay.
What's your favorite part about being a woman?
My favorite part about being a woman?
Yes.
I think it's just the softness and the luxuries that come with being a woman. I think it's just the the nurturing part of it. I love having women's intuition. I love being able to kind of see things coming ahead of time.
Yes.
The older I get, the more that I feel that God graces me with that and wraps his arms around me so that I can help other people avoid affliction or pain. So I love that part of being a woman.
Okay. Thank you so much for talking with us, Jasmine. I love you.
Love you, Juan.
I love her, y'all. Let's support, okay? It is so important. And to all the moms out there that are wanting to go to college or that are in college, you are enough. You made it. You're doing it. Keep going. You're worthy. You're beautiful. You are pure. You are the best version of you that God has created you to be, and you only get better from here. I love you guys and stay blessed. And that is a wrap.